Hey, good morning, friends. It is Saturday morning. We have an incredibly busy weekend this weekend. Today we have Dish with D, Denise's son's priest ordination. So we are so incredibly excited for that. So incredibly excited. We've known Tim since he's been a little boy. So this is just very, very exciting for all. That is at 10:30, and it's about 20 minutes from our at a parish, about 20 minutes from our house, so nice and close. We're getting there very early because it is going to be packed, because it's not just Tim, it's another boy, it's Tommy. So it is going to be packed. So we're going to get there early. I said we can get there, we can sit there and pray for an hour. And then, what else do we have? Doug did not go to Bible study this morning, just because it would have been too tight of timeline. So, that's going to take up most of the day. The Mass is at 10:30. I assume it's going to be about 2 hours long. I could be wrong. Might be a little shorter. And then after that, we'll go over to the church hall because Timmy and Tommy will give first blessings. Now that they're priests, they can give priestly blessings, and people love to get first blessings. So we will do that and then come home, and I have to make dessert. It's pinochle night. I'm going to make a peach cobbler. I have some canned peaches that I canned last year, so I'm going to use those, and I'm going to make a peach cobbler. Right now, I'm going to get some ice cream going, because who doesn't like some ice cream with their peach cobbler? Yesterday, I got 5 quarts of bone broth, chicken bone broth, canned up. I had made this bone broth last week, I think, so I needed to get it canned up, so did that. What else did I do? Yesterday was a busy day. Doug was off. I only had Hayes. So we went to daily Mass, and then we went out to breakfast, and then we went to Costco. You probably already saw that Costco haul. I thought, let me tell you, we got a lot of food for $400. I was very, very impressed. And, we buy organic, natural, and all, which is a little bit more expensive. So I was very, very happy with that. I thought it was going to be a lot more. What else did we do yesterday? And then last night, I forgot to record our dinner. I made crab cakes, and we didn't eat till super late. Doug got busy when he got home trying to get some stuff done before. Well, we hit a horrible, horrible thunderstorm on our way home from Costco. We were going 28 miles an hour on the highway. It was so pitch black dark, it looked like 9 o'clock at night. I'm sorry, hon. This guy's going out to do chicken chores while I do indoor chores. Yay, chicken chores.
Yay.
It's your idea.
No, it was your idea.
Meat birds were your idea, weren't they?
Mutual decision.
A mutual decision. So, anyway, what was I saying? What? So, we got home, and he got a few things done before the rain hit again. And then last night, we ate dinner so late last night. The boys came home. Adam came home from the gym. Andrew came home from track practice. And they're like, oh, you saved dinner for us? I'm like, well, we haven't even eaten yet. They couldn't believe it. So it was 7 o'clock last night. And that's late for us, because we usually eat between 5:30 and 6. It was actually probably 7:30 before we ate. And then we sat and watched an episode of The Floor. We're way behind. We're only on episode 2. That's what we watched last night. Oh my goodness, excuse me. See what happens when I lay in bed a little too long? But anyway, so we just had a great night. Took a nice hot bath last night. Nice long bath. So, ready to hit the ground running for our busy day today. And then it actually doesn't end today. The ordination festivities continue tomorrow. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock at our parish is Tim's first Mass. So we will go to that at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and then we will go to his party immediately following the Mass tomorrow night. So we have quite a few long days ahead of us. Not as long as Denise, but I am going to try to vlog a little bit. I also want to be present in the moment. And it is, you know, the holy sacrifice of the Mass, so I don't want to be intrusive with my filming, but I will definitely try to film some of it for you. So yesterday at daily Mass, we laughed. It was daily Mass is usually the priest and a deacon, usually, or the priest and an acolyte, depending on who's there. Yesterday it was a priest, 2 deacons, and an acolyte, because the priest and the regularly scheduled deacon were there, and then Tim was there, so of course he vested, and then Doug was there, so of course he vested. So it was quite the crowded altar for a daily Mass. But anyway, so I'm gonna go get this ice cream started, because I'm gonna run late, I know it, and then help Doug however I can. So I'll be back. The story of my life. I think I turn it on and I turn it off. So I'm making my ice cream. This is a super simple ice cream. It is a no-cook ice cream. You do not have to make a custard or anything first. So in my bowl, I have 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 2 cups of milk, and 2 cups of heavy cream. You have to stir it a lot because it's not cooked, so everything's cold, so the sugar does not defrost quite nicely. And to that, you add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I am using vanilla bean paste because I have it. If I don't have it, I use vanilla extract, and it's absolutely fine. But I love seeing all those little flecks of vanilla bean in my ice cream. So we're going to get this stirred up, and we're going to get the ice cream freezer out, and that's going to do all the work. This is the simplest vanilla ice cream recipe you will ever make, and it is delicious. Okay, we have our ice cream freezer ready to go. I'm just going to turn it on and start pouring our mixture in. I like to stop and give it a little stir because of the sugar. And now 23 minutes, we will have beautiful ice cream. This does all the work for you. Okay, sitting down to a quick breakfast because we got to get moving. Everybody had the same thing. The boys had scrambled eggs, sausage, and toast, and Doug and I are having dippy eggs, sausage, and toast. And then we got to get our butts in gear, get ready, and get out of here. There is our beautiful ice cream. Now I'm just going to put it in the freezer so it gets just a little bit harder because it's pretty soupy. Not soupy, just very soft serve. So we just want it to firm up a little bit. So we'll get that in the freezer because we don't need it for about 12 hours. We are here. It is really starting to fill in. It looks empty right now because none of the clergy is in here. They process in. So quite exciting. Here are Timmy and Tommy's chalices. This one's Timmy's. This one's Tommy's. Lots of cool stories about those. I'll try to remember to tell you later. I don't want to talk too much in church. It is like old home week for us, especially the boys. Like, they know everyone. And we know a lot of people too, so it's been nice.
Saint Basil, pray for us. Saint Martin, pray for us.
It is 2 o'clock. We are all done. Mass was beautiful. It was about 2.5 hours long.
2 hours, 24 minutes.
Yes, 6 minutes shy of 2.5 hours because we had the over and under on that. But it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. We had fantastic seats. And then we went over to the hall. They had like a little reception. They had like lots of little finger sandwiches and stuff like that. And that is when Tommy and Timmy give first blessings. So that was really, really special. So we're very excited for Tim. It's been a long time coming, and it's a beautiful gift. So now we need to dip home because Doug has the 5 o'clock mass, and so many people are going to Timmy's first mass tomorrow at our church that not a lot of people are signing up for lectors or EMs or ushers or anything. So I signed up to lector now. So I am lecturing at 5 o'clock. And that's cool. It's all good. What's another mass, right? Lord knows I can use all the extra blessings. No comment from the peanut gallery, please.
Not at all.
So, yep, and I need to still make dessert. If I don't have time to do that, then the boys will make it for me, the peach cobbler. But I'm hoping I have time to make it and show it to you guys. To start on our peach cobbler, we're going to take a cup of brown sugar and some nutmeg. I love nutmeg, so I tend to go heavy on the nutmeg. And we're just going to mix that around. And then we are going to add 8 cups of sliced peaches. I do not have fresh peaches. I am using home canned peaches. So I am just going to get these sliced up, roughly measure them out, and get those in our sugar mixture. So I'm going to go take care of these and show you when I'm done. We had all of our peaches sliced, so I took half of the brown sugar mixture out and added the peaches to the other half, gave it a good stir, and now we're just going to let this sit for about a half an hour just to let the peaches absorb the sugar and start making some juice. So we'll set this aside and we'll get started on the rest of our cobbler. So in our bowl, we're going to do 1.5 cups of flour. And then we're going to add in the remaining brown sugar mixture, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to mix this together and set this aside. We use a lot of bowls during this recipe, I'm not going to lie. So in this bowl, I'm going to add 2 eggs. Okay, what we're going to do now is we have 2 eggs in a bowl. We're just going to beat those. And to that, we're going to add a cup of milk. Then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Always measure vanilla with my heart. And then 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And our 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now we're going to slowly combine the milk mixture into the flour mixture until this is smooth. And we are just going to let this sit. We have about 10 more minutes or so on the peaches. And then we're going to assemble this. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to bake it or wait until I get to my sister-in-law's to bake it. I'm not sure yet. Okay, our peaches are ready. So we are just going to pour those into a 9x13 pan that has been greased. And get all the goodness out of there. And just evenly spread it out. I probably could have used more peaches. I just didn't want to open another jar. And then we are going to spread our batter over the peaches. I think I texted my sister-in-law to see if the oven would be available. I think I'm just going to wait and bake this at her house. I'm just afraid I'm not going to have enough time right now. I don't want to rush it. And that way we can serve it nice and warm with our ice cream. just makes more sense. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to cover this. And then we will bake it, like I said, at my sister-in-law's. And we bake it at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes until it is nice and golden brown on the top. Back in the car again, and to mass number 2 on the day. So I told you I signed up to read. And there was one other person that did sign up, and I noticed they took the second reading, and I was like, that's weird. Usually you just sign up for the first one, and now I know why. Because we have words like Lystra, Iconium, Antioch, Perga, Pisidia, and what's the other one? No, Pamphylia and Attatilia. How is it? Attalia. So we've got lots of places. And it's so funny because, this is the book that we use. Workbook for electors, gospel readers, and proclaimers of the word. And in the sidebar, they give the pronunciations and everything. And they give all the pronunciations, and at the bottom it says, should you mispronounce one of these names, just keep going and conclude with joy. And you know what? If I don't know how to pronounce them, most other people don't either, so you just say it with confidence. But I am going to keep practicing on the way there. Good morning, friends. It is Sunday morning. Everybody's still sleeping except me and Doug. Doug is at church. He had the 7:30 this morning. So actually he should be home in about a half hour, 45 minutes. But then he has to turn around pretty much and go right back out. I think I told you he has projects for school, presentation projects. And the first one he has to do is with his classmate Barry. And they have to present Tuesday night. They both did their parts of it and all, but they want to kind of get together and make sure it all makes sense together. So they are meeting at 11 o'clock today for breakfast, and they'll go over their project. So Doug does not need breakfast. He will be going out. Oh, excuse me. I slept in, and I'm still a little bit tired. We played pinochle last night. Of course, I didn't pick up the camera. My brother made chili. It was very good. And I never showed you the end of the peach cobbler, but it looks exactly like it does when I showed it to you, except it's just cooked. It's brown. That was really good. Teams last night were my brother and myself, and we won all 4 games. Now, I will say, Doug and Mary could not get any decent cards. I mean, they would need like 1 card for a run. Doug would give her 4 of the correct suit, and it wouldn't be the right card. They just could not get the cards last night. So yeah, we actually dominated all 4 games. The one game, I think we won in 3 hands, and 3 hands. So it was good. We had a good time. We actually got done playing a little bit early, but I could not fall asleep last night. I had a lot of trouble falling asleep, and then when I was like ready to fall asleep, Doug started snoring. He does not snore all the time, and he's had sleep apnea tests, and he does not have sleep apnea. But yeah, he started snoring, and usually I shake him and he stops. I'm sorry, I'm wiping the table as I'm talking. I know that's rude. My kids have this aversion to wiping the table. I don't know what it is. Anyway, they're kids. No, they're not. They're adults, and they should know better. Usually if I shake him, he'll stop. And then if he starts again, if I shake him harder, and like sometimes I really shake him, nothing last night. So finally at 2 a.m., I'm like, forget this. And I came down and slept on the couch. Yeah, I did. I guess I went back up around 6. And then I did fall back to sleep until about 7:30. So I remember him saying goodbye to me, but I did fall asleep till about 7:30. So still a little tired, but that's okay. We have a very busy day today. Very fun day. I have some things I need to do around here this morning, and then Andrew has to be at the church at 1 to practice with the choir. He is singing for Timmy's first mass. And instead of him driving over, I think either Adam or myself are going to take him over. That way we don't have 2 cars, because then like for the party afterwards and all, we don't want to drive separately, especially if the boys have a couple drinks. So one of us will drive him over, and then the rest of us have to be there at 2 because we are ushering. So, and mass starts at 3. And then the party is, I think, 5:30. So pretty much immediately following. I have to get the address of the party place. I've been there once. I hope I still have the invitation. I know I do. I thought I did. I'll find it. It's in here somewhere. That's what I should do. I should clean out my wall pocket today. Anyway, that's it. I have to find my planner. Oh, there it is. We have not been home all weekend. My house is a little bit in disarray, but not too bad. This coming week shouldn't be... I'm trying to think. Well, Memorial Day's coming. That's good. I only have... It's a pretty easy week, kid week, except on Thursday. I have the new baby on Thursday. Mom has an appointment, and she asked me if I could keep the new baby and Leo. So, speaking of new baby, I need to give you an update. Thank you all so much for the prayers for my other baby mama, who was in early labor, preterm labor. They were able to stop it. They gave her the medication for the baby's lungs just in case, because they did not think labor was going to stop. They did not. They had her all prepared. And this isn't her first rodeo with a NICU. Her other son was a couple weeks early and had breathing difficulties, so I had to go to the NICU. But I say it all the time, prayers work. They were able to stop labor. Now she is walking around like 4.5 centimeters dilated, but they're okay with it. I mean, she's back to work and she's feeling really good. So I have a feeling the baby's still going to come early. But every day inside is a good day, because it just gives that baby just a little more chance to develop its lungs. But she's doing really, really good. So thank you so much for all the prayers for her. So we're excited to meet this new baby, but not quite yet. But we're getting closer. So thank you for that. Sorry. I guess that's it. We got our date. We got our date about our cow pickup. May 31st at 12:30, we go pick up the cow. So that's exciting. Working on getting those freezers empty, and I think I'm there. I'm good. The only one I'm worried about is when we process the chickens, the meat birds. I'm worried about freezer space for those, but I think we got this. So anyway, that's all my updates, I think. I am going to go get some tea and coffee made and then see what I can get into. I have flowers to replant, so that's the first thing we're going to do. So decisions have to be made today. And let me tell you, it is not easy. So we have to first pick the base color for the patio, and we have all these to choose from. God bless you. We're definitely going with a tan brown color because it will match the house. We're thinking sandstone. Then after you pick your base color, you have to pick the release color. And that's the color that is kind of the, what do you call it? Accent color. So we have all these to choose from. We're thinking autumn brown with the sandstone. Then we have to pick our pattern. And we have all these to choose from. We think that the autumn brown with the sandstone will look something like this. And that's that color that we like. And we're between the ribbon stone and the ashlar, the grand ashlar, and the regal ashlar. So we've got to make this decision within the next hour. We are all cleaned up. He cleans up nice.
So does she.
And we are ready to head out to Timmy's first mass. And 3 of us are ushering, so we need to be there early anyway because people will be arriving early.
Yes.
We need to direct clergy. We need to direct family and all that good stuff. So we are heading out. And we probably should have coordinated. You probably should have ordered like blue.
I wore blue yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
I could change.
No, you're good. We're out of here. Andrew's already there practicing with the choir, so I will try to get a few clips and definitely some clips of the party. Okay, done mass. It was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But it was beautiful. He did an amazing job. And Doug's like, I want to go to his second mass. I just want to go to an ordinary mass.
Second or third mass.
Yeah, I mean, because it's called a high mass. Everything was sung. It was very, pomp and circumstance. There were hundreds of clergy there. It was nice. It was very, very nice. And now we are off to the party. You saw I just filmed a little bit on the entrance. I think I have a couple pictures that Adam was able to take for me because he was sitting on the end at one point, but because we were in and out of the pew because we were ushers and all. But I put a couple pictures in, and yeah, it was good. It was very good. So now we're looking forward to the party. Always looking forward to a party. But let me tell you, it's been a long weekend for us. I can't imagine how long of a weekend it's been for Steve and Denise. But it's all good, and it's all a very joyful thing. So now we just can't wait for Doug's ordination. It is party time.
This way smells fresh or something like that. Yeah, this one's better. Something like that. I don't. Something. I forget the exact line.
He's not here yet. 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 Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Let's go!
I'm exhausted.
It was a long day.
It was a long day. I mean, if it was this long for us,
Oh, yeah, it'd be a longer. for me.
imagine Denise and Steve.
Yeah.
It was such a great day, though. Such a great day. The party was fantastic.
A lot of fun.
My feet are killing me. I danced and danced and danced. So I am tired,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even setting up for those babies. I will do it in the morning. Because
Why not?
why not? Because I've got lunches to pack and breakfast to make and chickens to tend to. And now I'll set up for the babies in the morning too. So
Sure.
it's all good. But yeah, it was a fantastic night. These were the favors that they had on the table for everyone. Holy water blessed by Father Timothy Moranin on this ordination day, on his ordination day, May 17th, 2025. So how cute is that? He blessed them yesterday. Well, yeah, they were blessed on his ordination day. Today was party day. But anyway, so that is it for this weekend vlog. Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. Not sure exactly what's going on. Might try, not sure if we're doing anything with the kids. Might try to do some yard work. So I think I told you we have to move the irrigation line. So we'll see. We'll see what the weekend brings. But I will see you this week for a full day of eating, spend the day with me kind of thing. And yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us. And I will catch you guys in the next video.